Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good afternoon, everyone. We are talking about right action. Right action. So right action means when you refrain from all these three type of bodily actions, bodily unwholesome actions, it's called right action. Killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct. So these three occur through the door of the body generally. So therefore, it's called it kaya kama, three bodily actions. So last week we already talked about number one, killing. So today we'll talk about stealing, arinadana. So I will quote the Sutta with the Buddha taught. He takes what is not given. He steals the wealth and property of others in the village or forest. In the village or forest. It's kind of stealing. It can be either from village or forest. It can be anywhere. Actually, this is the idiomatic expression. Idiomatic expression. In the village or forest. So actually, stealing is when you steal, when you cut the tree from the government forest, a kind of stealing, right? Is it like that? So anywhere. So if you steal, that's a stealing. Actually, no need to explain much, right? So in one sutta, the Buddha talk about three quality. In other words, three criteria of stealing. Number one, one takes what is not given oneself. We do oneself. Number two, encourages others to take what is not given. Encouraging other people is a kind of stealing. And approve of taking what is not given. So you're trying to approve stealing, right? So that's the three type. Doing oneself, number one. Number two, encouraging others. Number three, you approve it. You agree, no? You agree. So if you are a parliamentarian, member of parliament, then if you agree, that's you also a part of stealing, part of stealing. Similarly, in the parliament, when you involve killing, you agree to do that. Also kind of killing. Stealing actually is the violation to take what is not given by others. Here we have to take violation, right? So when you are taking the property of other people without the violation to steal, it's not a stealing. Just like you are staying with your friend. Your friend went somewhere, so your friend leave maybe a food on the table. So after a while, you become hungry, but your friend is not here. So she is in the office. Then you try to take her food. So actually, thinking in your mind here, motivation is important. Motivation is important. He is my friend. She is my friend. If I take her food, she will not be angry. Or after eating her food, I will buy and put it there again. Motivation, right? Motivation is important. So taking your friend's food, motivation, oh, she is my friend, she will allow me to eat, then it's not stealing, right? Or then after eating her food, I will buy from the market, then put it back. That's not stealing. That's not stealing. Then suppose your friend put some snacks on the table. Some snacks on the table. You are hungry. Then you take some of them. Intention is you steal it. You eat and put it back as if nothing is taken. Nothing is taken. So in that case, motivation is you steal it, the food of your friend, and trying to rearrange, so that your friend do not notice. Just like maybe strawberry. There are some strawberry put on the table, then you take one or two. Intention is to steal. And you thought that after rearranging the strawberry, then your friend didn't notice. You took 2 or 3 strawberry, fruit. So the motivation is important. So therefore, Buddhism always emphasizes the importance of motivation, importance of volition. Even though you are taking the same food, it depends on your motivation, right? Motivation. So there are some flower in the temple. Then you want to take it. Then you look around. Is there any monks or is there any management committee? You look around, nobody around. You suddenly take it. It's a stealing, motivation. Then one scenario, and you want to take the flower from the temple, and you approach one of the bandi or one of the committee member that you requested. May I take the flower? Please do. Yeah, please do. That's a kind of, it's not stealing. It's not stealing. I think a few years ago, and then one of the Hindu devotee always pluck the flower from our temple. Satri, the flower, this Satri, very beautiful, right? Without informing any bandits or anyone. He took a lot, he took a lot. Later, I told him, did you get permission from somebody? He said, no. These flowers are created by the God. He told me, these flowers are created by our God. So I want to offer to the God. So therefore, I pluck it. As if he is not doing any wrongdoing. I told him, no, you're not allowed to do that. So if somebody, so you must inform somebody, get permission from somebody. And if you take 1 or 2 flowers, it's okay. If you take all, then that's not good. Not good. The flower should be kept on the tree so that everybody see and right. It's a beauty. He said, actually, the God created. I was amazed, surprised, to hear that. So that's a intention. If intention is important, motivation is important, right? Stealing. So there are 5 factors to complete committing arinadana karma. Number 1 must be the property of another. So this one is, we call it karmapata, the cause of karma. So if you break all type of stealing, then it will be the cause for good destination, awful destination. So there are 5 factors. Number 1 must be the property of another. the property of another. If you are stealing your own property, it's not arinadana. It's not arinadana. How about the property belong to husband and wife? You need to inform your partner, right? Your spouse. Otherwise, it will be a kind of stealing. Some people may steal something thinking it is the property of somebody else. But actually, it is his own property. It's not a arinadana kama here. It's not a arinadana here. Must be the property of another. Number two, perceiving as a property of another. Sometimes you may take thinking that it is your handphone, thinking that it is your book, thinking that your bag, etc. Right? It's not a stealing. So when you are collecting your luggages, you take the another's luggage, thinking that it is yours. It's not a arinadana. So you must perceive or think it is property of another. Property of another. Number three, the thought of stealing. That's the most important one. The thought of stealing, motivation, another one. Number four, making an effort. Number five, taking what is not given, actual stealing. Actual stealing. You make an effort. If the stealing is not complete, it's not a arinadana. It's not a kamabata, the cause of karma. Of course, it is unwholesome deed. The moment you think to steal the property of other people, it is unwholesome actions, mental unwholesome actions. But you have to make an effort and you steal it. Then only it became arinadana. Arinadana, right? Okay, any question? Oh, before that, I want to talk about abstinence. Abstaining from stealing, having abandoned the taking of what is not given, he abstains from taking what is not given. He does not steal the way and the property of others in the village or in the forest. That means anywhere, anywhere. The property of others. So if you abstain from stealing, that is a right action. So right action, if you abstain from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, that will be right action. Actually, Buddhism trying to define what is right action and right speech. Actually, it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. So we are talking about based on the religious teaching, so which will enable you to escape from suffering. Escape from suffering. Actually, the main purpose is to escape from mental and physical suffering. So if you refrain from stealing, killing, sexual misconduct, that will be right action. So this is for lay people. So we can also find for monks from Samanyaphala Sutta. Having abandoned taking what is not given, he or the monk or the nun abstain from taking what is not given, accepting and expecting only what is given. Accepting and expecting only what is given. So that means as a monk, not allowed to ask something to somebody without invitation. If somebody invite a monk, Bande, if you need something, just let me know, then I will offer. So if you have such invitation, you can ask for something. Without invitation, you are not a monk or a nun. It's not allowed to ask or expect something from devotee. So that is connected with Adinadana. No? He lives in honesty with the pure mind. Honesty, monk and nun must be honest. Must be honest. So if you are taking the donation of devotee, how to say, donation of devotee without honesty, so that will be a kind of stealing, So a monk, a nun must accept and expect only what is given. So a monk and nun shouldn't deceive devotee to get donation, right? So that is especially for monks. For lay devotee, you can expect something, or you can ask for something from somebody else, right? Somebody else. Okay, any question up to now regarding with Adinadana? Question? Ah,
So I it's 30 minutes left now. Do you have another SD card so when it's
oh,
done I can slot in?
can. Still have. Oh, not complete.
Not enough.
Not enough. Maybe I can keep it.
So it's only 28 minutes. So later I'll just
Okay. Then let's talk about number 3, sexual misconduct, kamesu mechachara. He engages in sexual misconduct. He has sexual relations with the women who are protected by their mother, their father, mother and father, brother and sister, or relatives, who are the women who are protected by their Dhamma brethren. So here, when you look at here, so actually the Buddha talk about for men and women, for both. But here in the Pali Canon, only the Buddha use he, he. So sexual relations with the women who are protected by their mother. And the current law, right? Current law. So if a child is 18 years old, right? He's free to get married. If we follow current rules and regulations, normally, right? 18 years old. But here it's not mentioned, the age is not mentioned. According to law, a girl or a boy is free to do after 80 years, right? After 80 years old. May not be, even though at that girl and boy, even though they have a sexual relationship, may not be sexual misconduct. According to law, they are free, right? According to law. Or father or mother and father, brother, sister, or relatives who are protected by their Dhamma brethren, as a nun. So she is protected by her Dhamma sisters, right? Dhamma sisters. As a samanera, especially as a samanera, we cannot see, right? Actually, if somebody, women have such a misconduct with the samanera, sexual misconduct, right? Sexual misconduct for her. A man have a sexual relationship with the nun, maybe under 80 years old, sexual misconduct. Who has a husband? So when you have an affair with uh, somebody who has husband or wife, that is sexual misconduct, whose violation entails a penalty. Suppose if you um, have a sexual relationship, the underage girl, right? Underage boy, that will be sexual misconduct. Even with the one already engaged, somebody engaged. Even somebody who has a husband or boyfriends or girlfriends might be sexual misconduct, right? Because they have a mutual agreement between girlfriend and boyfriend, right? Here is it already engaged. Even though he or she hasn't get married, but there's agreement between two, right? Between two. One day they will get married. So it's called sexual misconduct. Okay, then here also the same thing. Number one engage in sexual misconduct oneself. Number two, encourage others to do so. Number three, approve of engaging in sexual misconduct. So three criteria. Kamesu Mechachara literally means practicing wrongly in sexual misconduct. It is a violation to commit sexual misconduct. Here also violation, right? Violation. If a guy is, how to say that? If a guy encounters sexual abuse, right? So if there's no violation, motivation, that's not a Kamesu Mechachara. So there are 4 factors to complete Kamesu Mechachara. Number 1 must be the person protected by the guardians. So actually here in the Sutta, the Buddha just mentioned a few guardians, right? Few guardians. Number 2, having a volition to commit sexual misconduct with the forbidden persons. Forbidden means who are protected, right? Who are protected. Number 3, making an effort and gratifying in sexual intercourse. You make an effort to have an affair with the forbidden people, and you gratify in sexual misconduct. So that will be 4 factors for sexual misconduct. Okay, any question? No question, right? Okay. So now we already completed 3 types of unwholesome bodily actions. So if you refrain from them, so that will be right action. So here, abstaining from sexual misconduct, having abandoned sexual misconduct, he means relativity, he or she abstain from sexual misconduct. He does not have sexual relations with the women who are protected by their mother, father, etc. So that's for lay people, right? Lay people. So this one for monk. So if you are leading a celibate life, if you are observing a precept, you have to follow this. Having abandoned in celibacy, he, monks or nun, leads the holy life for celibacy. He dwells aloof, so far from women, and abstain from vulgar practice of sexual intercourse, any type of sexual activity. That's a monk and nun, right? It's monks and nuns. Okay, so now let's talk about number 3, right livelihood. So we are talking about 3 type of abstinences. Number 1, right speech. Number 2, right action. Number 3, right livelihood. So normally in our daily life, we decide based on profession, right? Whether your one is a right livelihood or wrong livelihood. So in Buddhism, it's not based on your profession, based on your actions. Your actions. Refraining from these 3 unwholesome bodily actions and 4 unwholesome verbal actions connected with the livelihood is called Samma Ajiva, right livelihood. Actually, it's very beautiful, beautiful definition about right livelihood. If you are even if you are practicing a Tao, a medical Tao as a medical Tao, if you are doing killing, stealing, if you are telling a lie, that will be wrong livelihood. So you are doing you are living as a teacher. Your profession is teaching students, right? So if you are breaking one of the 7 unwholesome actions and speech, so that will be wrong livelihood. Depends on your actions, not depends on your profession. Even for monk. So if we are, how to say, trying to get donation in an acceptable way, or deceiving the body like that, then that will be wrong livelihood. Even you wear the rope, that will be wrong livelihood, right? If a monk or a nun is a break-in, so 3 unwholesome bodily actions and 4 unwholesome verbal actions, his livelihood will be wrong, right? It's not depends on your profession. It depends on your actions. So when we talk about the Noble Eightfold Path, we also have a right livelihood, right? Samma Ajiva. Samma Ajiva is one of the Noble Eightfold Path, one of the factors from Noble Eightfold Path. So in the Sutta, the Buddha said that very simple way, in a simple way. And what bhikkhu is right livelihood? Here, noble disciple have been abandoned a wrong mortal livelihood and he's living by a right livelihood. This is called right livelihood. It's not mentioned specifically, no? It's not mentioned. The Buddha just mentioned in general way. So therefore, Abhidhamma trying to define what is the right livelihood. If you refrain from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, if you are stealing, telling a lie, slandering, hard speech, and destructive speeches, so that will be a right livelihood. Beautiful, right? It's beautiful. Depends on your action. You are running a mini market, suppose. You tell lie to the customers, right? You exploit customers. That will be wrong livelihood. You tell the truth. You are trustworthy and you are very kind to customers. That way your livelihood will be right livelihood. It's not depends on your profession, your work. It depends on your actions. Very beautiful, right? So to know about, just to explain, what is the wrong livelihood, we normally give this example. One nature soda from Anguttara Nikaya. So in this soda, we can find five type of traits. The Buddha said, bhikkhus, lay followers should not engage in these five traits. As a Buddhist, should not mean you shouldn't do that. You can do that, right? You can do, but you shouldn't. The Buddha just should not mean suggestion. Should not engage in these five traits. Number one, trading in weapons. If you are selling a weapon, it's not a right livelihood. It's a wrong livelihood, right? And then some Buddhist country also, right? They are selling the weapon. I think all the country, whether Buddhist or Christian or Muslim, right? They do. It's not a right livelihood. Number two, trading in living beings. Nowadays, we call it slavery or human trafficking, right? Human trafficking. Now it's very widespread. Earlier time, slavery, right? So they export the slave, sell the slave to the rich country. Nowadays, human trafficking. So they trade living beings to become a wife, right? To become a wife and to exploit their workforce like that. Trading in living beings. Number three, trading in meat. Trading in meat. Trading in meat. So trading in meat means a kind of selling. You kill and sell. You kill the living being and sell it. Shouldn't do it. Number four, trading in intoxicants like a drug. Also alcohol like that. One of my students asked me whether he should do alcohol shop because it's a lot of, they will get a lot of income, a lot of profit. It's a profitable business. It's hard to say, do not do it. I told her, according to Buddhism, it's a kind of, or one of the traits. So as a Buddhist, we shouldn't do that. So anyway, as a human being, or as a Buddhist, one way or another, we are doing unwholesome things, right? If you do alcohol shop, then you do other meritorious deed, trying to cover, like that. The number five, trading in poisons. Sometimes some poisons are dangerous, right? Dangerous. You shouldn't do that. So if you are engaging such type of trading, so that will be wrong livelihood, right? Wrong livelihood. Then, regarding with for monks and nuns, for monastics, the morality or purity of livelihood is crucial for monastics. We also have a wrong livelihood and right livelihood. Wrong means of livelihood are mentioned in Samanyaphala Sutta. There are a lot of the Buddha talk about example of wrong livelihood. Just like reading the poem, or doing astrology work, astrology like that, as a wrong means of livelihood, or not asking, asking something which is not given, like that. Only those who refrain from them are considered as a truly virtuous monastics. Truly virtuous monastics. So if you are breaking Vinaya rules, so that will be wrong livelihood. It's dangerous as a monk, for monks. Okay. So any question regarding with the wrong livelihood? Okay, question. Going to finish. Huh?
Oh,
Huh?
how
Okay.
about
Can you wait for a while? Can you wait? Oh, okay.
how about trading in fish? Fish.
Trading in
Fish.
fish.
Ah.
Same, right? It's
Same,
same. Yeah,
wrong
same.
livelihood.
Yeah, I've got wrong
Oh,
livelihood.
is it? Thank you.
Because it involve killing. It involves killing. If you kill yourself and sell it, so that is a wrong livelihood. And they see you, They say dead body, right? A live fish, or they say a dead fish, right? Already dying, right? Already dying. Sorry? Already dying, huh? Okay. Oh no, it's okay, because you said the cat and dog not to kill, right? So they will take care of those dog, and here living being, it involves, a kind of slavery, a kind of exploiting. If you are selling for taking care of them, it's good, even better, Such type of trading is better. Yeah. Oh, this lady.
Captain Pandey. So
Yeah.
for those trading of meat, so like example now the upcoming religion that is
Sorry?
the upcoming
Can you ask?
there's some religion is I think next month there's another praying for other religion that they go import goods or sheep and offer to the god. So it's considered trading and killing.
Oh yeah, it's kind of killing, right? So sheep
Yeah. So those
and
people.
goat, they are living beings. So if they kill, that's a killing, right? It became wrong livelihood.
But there's another behind story that after they kill the meat, they distribute to the poor people to eat. So, so there's two.
Yeah, two scenario. Killing is unwholesome. Distributing those meat to the poor people is a meritorious deed. Sometimes, in the Patthana in Abhidhamma, they always say, akusalo dhammo kusalasa dhammasa upanisa pachena pachayo. Sometimes unwholesome deed support. Unwholesome deed is a strong support for the rising of wholesome deed. But in this case, right, killing
To give the
cow and sheep, goat is a killing, right? Akusala. But it is a strong support for the doing meritorious deed,
Yeah.
distributing to the poor people. Right?
Yeah. So their initial intention is not to kill them, is to, I want to give this sheep meat to all those people to eat, enjoy. So their intention is not evil. It's thinking of, I want to give this. So how this relation?
No. Actually, intention. Okay. I think we will replace. Thank you. I think better change. Okay. So sometimes our actions are mixed, mixed. Sometimes we do good things. Sometimes we do good things. Then after doing that, we intend to make use of it for ourselves, right? So sometimes even wholesome deed is a strong support for the akusala, right? Akusala. Okay.
Thank you, Bante.
I think to follow up on what he said, they have a choice not to kill and feed people with vegetarian food, right?
You're right. You're right.
So I think the intention to kill is there. You want to kill, you keep some. You have a choice not to kill, right? But they didn't take the choice. I think it's the same as people stealing money and give to others. It's still steal, right?
Still stealing, a kind
Yeah.
of stealing.
Correct.
So there is one famous thief in the history in the history in Myanmar. He always steal the property of rich people, and he distributed to the poor people. Ultimately, he trying to go and take from the government office, trying to steal it. So he's very famous. Even the king trying to catch him, but couldn't. But at the end of the day, the king he himself pretended that he want to be his follower. Then the king himself trying to follow him, and he suggested to steal something from one place. Then he ordered his soldiers to catch, that the thief. So later, the king appointed him as a finance minister. That's a history in Myanmar. He became a finance minister, because he trying to steal the property of rich people. Intention look good, but it's not good, right? Kind of stealing and stealing. So actually, he did, I want to say, unwholesome deed at the same time as doing good deed. Okay.
So basically, it's also an extension of all these cases. Could Bante, you enlighten a bit on ignorance? Because past examples, like the one that you gave, you say the person actually think that the flowers are from the god, so he has the right to pluck it and offer to the god. So I think that would be more of an ignorance. And if I'm not wrong, even ignorance is unwholesome, right?
You're right.
And
You're right.
attract
The root
karmas.
of unwholesome.
Yeah. So basically, we cannot like just say that, oh, I didn't know this thing belongs to you. I think it belongs to nobody, so I just take. But it's actually an act of ignorance. I mean, I could have find out.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
We should find out who belong to those things, right? Sometime, without using our wisdom or without inquiring, we may be taken, we taken. Yeah. So therefore, ignorance is the root of unwholesome actions. One of the root of unwholesome actions. So you know that, right? For some people, so they think that killing animals is nothing wrong, right? The God created for them. The God created animals for human being like that, right? That's the ignorance. So because of that ignorance, they kill and they try to please to their God. So based on ignorance, they are doing, right? So they don't have any fear, or anything in their mind, even the key enemies. Okay. So now we're talking about 3 abstinences. So we have a 3 type of virity, abstinences. Number 1, sampatta virity. Abstinence when occasion arises. When occasion arises. So the mosquito is making noise near your ear, right? Really annoying, irritating. Then you're trying to drive him away, but come again. Drive him away, come again. Ultimately, you kill, right? You kill. That's a killing. But even though it's irritating your mind, then you're trying to refrain from killing mosquito. No? That's a sampatta virity. Abstinence when occasion arises. That's a type of virity here. Number 2 is samadhana virity. Abstinence by observing precept. So today you observe 5 precepts. There's occasion to kill insect or something. There's occasion to steal. But you remember, this morning I took 5 precepts and I observed 5 precepts. I shouldn't do that. That's a samadhana virity. So that's the reason why we are observing precept, right? Observing precept means you determine, you give promise to observe 5 precepts or a precept on that particular day, right? On that particular day. That's called samadhana virity. Number 3 is samocheda virity. Total eradication of mental defilements. Total eradication of mental defilements. So that is a Arahant, especially the Arahant and the Buddha. They no longer have any defilements. So therefore, they do not do any type of killing or stealing, etc. Right? That's called samocheda virity. Total eradication, total destruction of mental defilements. 3 types, right? 3 types. Now, virity, what we are talking about is this one. Sampatta virity, samadhana virity. Okay? Okay, I think that's not very important. Then let's talk about the 4 elementable. 4 elementable. Apamanya. No limit. Or limitless. Unlimited, right? Unlimited. Unlimited mind, Unlimited mind. Number 1, loving kindness, metta. Number 2, compassion, karuna. Number 3, altruistic joy, mudita. And number 4, equanimity, upekkha. So I think most of you already know that. 4 elementable. Simply, they are popularly known as sublime living or sublime state, Brahmavihara. Because our way of life becomes sublime and noble if we can put that into practice. So if you are able to practice these 4, your life became sublime and noble. So therefore we call it Brahmavihara, sublime state or sublime living. Loving kindness, that's the way of living, I think many of you know about Kalama Sutta, right? Kalama Sutta. What you all know is the 10 pieces of advice given by the Buddha. Normally, people always quote Don't go by hearsay, don't go by tradition, don't go by the religious texts, etc. There are 10 types. Kalamana Sutta is famous for those 10 types. Actually, Kalamana Sutta talk about four noble, loving kindness, compassion, altruistic joy, equanimity. Living our day-to-day life with the four sublime state, four sublime living. So then only your will life, the life will be noble and better. So they are also defined as divine dwelling. Divine dwelling is another definition of Brahma Vihara, because they are mental dwellings of the Brahma deities in the Brahma world. In the Brahma realm, the Brahmas, they normally live with the four type of living: loving kindness, compassion, altruistic joy, equanimity. So if you live with those four mental states, four mental factor, you become like a Brahma. So therefore we translate the divine dwelling, divine dwelling. Abhidhamma and commentary literatures use them as the unlimitable or the immeasurable, apamanya, the illimitable, because we are studying Abhidhamma, right? So Abhidhamma and commentary literatures, they use apamanya, the illimitable, the immeasurable, because they are to be developed, to be practiced toward all living beings, not limiting to any particular group or type. So when you're practicing loving kindness, compassion, altruistic joy, and equanimity, you shouldn't limit to anyone. You shouldn't limit to human being. You shouldn't limit to your relatives, your families. So you have to practice to anyone, any sentient being, So here, in Abhidhamma Sangha, we have only two elementables, two apamanya, and compassion, karuna, and altruistic joy, mudita. Because here, loving kindness, metta, is mentioned under the head of adosa, under the adosa. And equanimity is mentioned under the heading of neutrality of the mind. Tatara machatata. So that means loving kindness, equanimity are already mentioned earlier. Loving kindness, metta, is under adosa. Loving kindness. If you have it left to somebody, so that means you don't have a dosa, right? You don't have a dosa. It's called adosa. If you have a dosa in your mind, there's no loving kindness. So they are opposite. So we already talked about adosa. So equanimity, we already learned equanimity under the tatra machatata, neutrality of the mind. So therefore, only the rest of the two mental factors, me, compassion, and altruistic joy, are named as the immeasurable. In Abhidhamma Sangha, the immeasurable, because you shouldn't measure, you shouldn't limit to any particular people or group. So you should extend your four type of mental factors to everybody, to any sentient beings. That's called the illimitable. No limit. Shouldn't limit to anyone. So you must have an equal left to anyone, no? Okay, any question? No question, okay. Then let's talk about metta. loving kindness. The commentary of Sutta Nipata, because you know we have a Metta Sutta, right? Sometimes we call it Karaniya Metta Sutta. It is mentioned in Sutta Nipata. So the commentary mentioned describe metta as a hita sukha upanaya kamata. That means the desire to bring forth the welfare and happiness of all sentient beings. That's called metta. You have a desire to bring forth welfare and happiness of all sentient beings to anyone, to anyone. You donated food to poor people because of loving kindness, because of compassion, because of metta. So you want to bring forth the welfare of those poor people, right? You take care of your parents. You take care of your parents because of metta, because of loving kindness. So you have the motivation or sincere wish for your mother, father, for their welfare and happiness, right? So that's called metta or loving kindness. Then another commentary of Anguttara Nikaya, describe metta as a sabba sattana hita harana chaitan, spreading the mind of welfare toward all sentient beings. So you want the welfare and happiness of all sentient beings, all people, all animals around you. You don't limit to any particular animals or particular people, anyone, no limit. So your sincere wish for the well-being shouldn't limit to only particular people, particular group, like that. Normally, we have a metta to our family member, right? We don't have to our neighbors normally. That's a human mind, human nature. So here, metta, loving kindness shouldn't limit to anyone. Should be the unlimitable, right? The unlimitable. So the word metta means a mental state that make friend with the sentient beings. That make friends with the sentient being. You are friendly. You are friendly to anyone. When you take a MRT, when you are taking MRT train, and you smile to the people around you, right? Then when you see senior citizen, you keep your seat, right? You keep your seat. And you're trying to make sure people around you are comfortable, like that. That is a metta, loving kindness. You can practice metta anywhere, right? Anywhere. Most of the taxi drivers are impatient. But some are very kind, very friendly. Metta, loving kindness. So they have a sincere wish for the customer, So when we encounter with such a taxi driver, we are happy. We are very happy, right? Similarly, when you encounter with the good people, with the metta, you are happy. You are happy. So therefore, and one of the it is rendered as a loving kindness, sometimes mostly loving kindness. Here we combine two, love, kindness. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. Some people translate as a goodwill, saying, right? You have a goodwill to sentient being. One famous meditation master, Bande Gunaratana, now he is nearly 100 years old. It's going to be 100. I think in another 2 years, the meditation master, stay very how to say, stay very active. And also stay, the brain is stay walking way, because of meditation. So he would like to translate the word metta as a friendliness. Friendliness. If you are friendly to people, so that means you have a metta, loving kindness. If you are not friendly, you have a less loving kindness. Less loving kindness. Because the original word metta means connected with the friend. Connected with the friend. You are good if you are you have a kindness and good way to a good friend, right? So uh, if one of your friend is happy for your achievement, accomplishment, if your friend is happy for your promotion, for your success, that's a good friend, right? A good friend. So when you get into trouble, he has a compassion, ready to help you. Loving kindness, right? Loving kindness. Metta is just like that. When you see suffering people, you are ready to help them. When you see people who are doing well in their job, in their profession, you feel very happy for them. That's a metta, loving kindness, right? Kindness. So therefore, friendliness. If you are friendly, you have metta. But so here we have to distinguish without any expectation. No, you're friendly without expecting anything in return. Some people may be friendly, expecting something from you, right? It's not a real metta, real living kindness. So real living kindness, metta me, is sincere wish for the well-being and happiness of somebody, right? Somebody. Metta is a sincere wish for the welfare and happiness of all beings, including oneself. It is all-embracing love toward all living being. All-embracing love. So you love your children, as well as their friend, as well as their enemy, no limit. If your children have a fighting with other kids, normally the parent, what they do, they blame other other kid, right? That's a human nature. But here, when you have a metta, real loving kindness, you love your kids as well as other kids as well. You will make sure who is wrong, right? So you will be fair to everyone, not only to your children, but also other kids. So that's the nature of metta. All embracing love toward all living beings. In Metta Sutta, metta is compared to the love of a mother on her only one son. Mata yatha niyam bodha mayusa eka bodha manurake, we always recite. So metta, if a mother has only one son, so she left her son, even at the risk of her life, she will trying to protect. So it is just a comparison. The real metta go beyond family boundary. Go beyond family boundary. Metta is not the same as the stream attached love. We call it bhema, stream attached love. Such love is often mixed with the self-interest. It has a lot of terms and conditions. We normally love other people as long as they are behaving the way we like. The way we like. You laugh, you are cheering. As long as they are behaving the way you like. You laugh, your parents, as long as they are behaving the way you like. If they are not behaving the way you like, then you don't have any love, and your love is conditioned. So if they are not nice to us, our love is gone. So in that way, our love for other is with the terms and condition. Terms and condition. So there are terms and condition. So you were nice to people as long as they are nice to you. So metta is not like that. So you're very nice to people, even if they do not nice to you. You are still nice, No condition. No condition, no terms and conditions. Metta does not have any conditions to love others. It overcomes all social, religious, racial, and political barriers. It is all-encompassing love toward all living beings. So there's no social barrier. There's no religious barrier. Unconditioned love. Even though people are treating you unfair way, but you still have a sincere wish for the benefit of them. You may quarrel with somebody, but you still have a sincere wish for the welfare and happiness of that person. Husband and wife, they have a conflict between them. They are verbally fighting, and they get angry. But after a while, they may have a kind of sincere wish for the benefit of their spouse, right? That's a metta, loving kindness. Practicing loving kindness is successfully done when it makes ill will subside. So when you don't have any ill will in your mind toward a person, toward an enemy, toward any living being, that's successful. It fades when it gives rise to selfish affection. In other words, love with the string attached. It fades when it gives rise to the selfish affection. Normally, selfish affection me, you love somebody hoping something from something, somebody hoping. So you want love and care of somebody, then you're trying to love that person, just like a girlfriend and boyfriend, right? Girlfriend and boyfriend. So they may have a loving kindness as well as a love with a string attached. So they love each other, expecting cares and love from that person, right? That person. We call it pema. Kayasita pema. The love for people, the love for normal people. Here, metta or loving kindness is not like that. So you just have a sincere wish in your mind for the welfare and happiness of that person. So that therefore, within husband and wife, there may be two types of love. Sometimes love with a string attached. Then sometimes loving kindness, right? Loving kindness. So when we talk about metta, normally people think that it is only in the mind, only in the mind. No, not like that. So there are three types. In Chula Gosinga Sutta, and also in Ingotra Nikaya one Sutta, called reality. So three types. Number one is bodily loving kindness. So you're trying to use your body to help other people because you have a sincere wish for them to overcome difficulty. Difficulty. Number two is Vave loving kindness. Some people may need your comfort, right? You're trying to tell, you're trying to give suggestion, you're trying to speak pleasant speeches, Vave loving kindness. And number three is mental loving kindness. So what we are learning today is mental loving kindness because it's Chitasika, right? One of the Chitasika. Chitasika is something that arises in the mind, in the mind. But not only that, we have to put into practice as a Vave loving kindness and bodily loving kindness. So that is a three type of metta. Three type of metta. So we have 11 benefit of developing metta, practicing metta. Number one sleeps well. So if you practice, if you have a loving kindness in your mind, you are able to sleep well. Able to sleep well. That is an important factor. That's an important benefit. So therefore, when somebody have a insomnia, right? Insomnia is something difficulty to sleep. We normally give suggestion to them to develop and cultivate loving kindness in their mind. May all beings be well and happy. May my parents be well and happy. May my friends be well and happy before they sleep and after they get up, like that. So we normally suggest to cultivate loving kindness because you have to sleep well. You have to sleep well. Even when I was young, I have a difficulty to sleep. When I was 30 years old, still very young. Then my senior monk suggested me to recite Karaniya Metta Sutta. Karaniya Metta Sutta. Metta Sutta. Then after that, able to sleep well. As soon as keep my head on the pillow, then fall asleep. So this is even reciting Karaniya Metta Sutta will help you to sleep well, to sleep well. One wake up happily. Also, when you have a sound sleep, you will wake up happily. One does not have bad dreams. You will not. If you have a loving kindness, if you practice metta in your day-to-day life, so your dream will be good dreams. One is dear to human beings. When you practice metta, people around you will love you. That's quite sure, right? When you are, because you're very nice, right? You're treating people. You want welfare and happiness of other people. So therefore, they will treat you the same way. Not only that, one is dear to non-human beings, especially the spirit and the devas. The deva. The deity protects one. So when you practice loving kindness, the deva, the deities will protect you. No fire, no poison, no weapon will harm one. If you practice loving kindness, no fire, no poison, no weapon. Loving kindness, right? Singapore, everyone has a sincere way trying to protect, right? The life of other people. The government makes sure that nobody commit killing or fighting. So therefore, peaceful, right? So therefore for you, no fire, no poison, no weapon. When you compare with the other country, there are a lot of countries fighting, killing each other. Because metta, right? Metta, sincere wish for the well-being of other people, each other, right? People take care of themselves, at the same time they take care of other people as well, right? Then number 8, one's mind quickly becomes concentrated. So therefore, when you have a difficulty in meditation, trying to practice metta meditation, trying to practice metta. So then your concentration will be easily, strengthened. One's facial expression is serene. Those who practice metta, their facial expression will be serene and calm, right? Serene and calm. Number 10, one dies unconfused. So when you practice metta or unconditioned love to all living beings, you will die without any confusion in your mind. You will die peacefully. Then the last one is, if one does not penetrate farther, one fares on to the Brahma wall. So that means, if you does not penetrate farther, if you do not become Arahant, Sotapanna, Sakadagami Arahant, you will become Brahma one day. So therefore, practicing metta. So these are 11 benefits of developing metta. Normally, the 11 benefits of developing metta mean not only metta alone, it also talk about karuna, compassion, altruistic joy, and equanimity. So metta is, I always say that metta is it combines what for 3 things, 3 major factors: compassion, loving kind, altruistic joy, and equanimity. Without equanimity, you cannot practice metta. Without compassion, you cannot practice metta. Without altruistic joy, you cannot practice. Metta is sincere wish for every sentient being. When you see suffering people, then you have metta in your mind, sincere wish for the happiness of those people. That's called karuna, right? Now that we're going to karuna. When you see people who are doing well in their business, in their job, you feel very happy, right? Does that mean altruistic joy? So altruistic joy, at the same time, we can call it metta. So metta can be practiced because of equanimity. You need to control your mind with equanimity. Otherwise, when you see suffering people, when you see suffering parents, when you see suffering children, then tear came down. So when tear came down, it's not metta anymore. It's not a metta anymore. It became dosa. So therefore, when you want to have a pure metta or pure loving kindness, your mind should be controlled with equanimity, equanimate mind. So equanimity is nothing but combination of mindfulness and wisdom. Mindfulness and wisdom. Then only you can control your mind. So upekkha is, we call it, sometimes we call it balance, right? Balance. We have the ability to balance our emotion. Even we see suffering parents, suffering mother in the hospital bed, we can control our mind not to feel sorry, not to feel sorrow in our mind. Then our mind is clear. Without sorrow, without lamentation, without crying, without tear, then our mind is very clear. then clear mind, then we know what to do for our suffering mother. That will be metta, loving kindness. Metta is pure. So metta, compassion, loving, altruistic joy, equanimity, so they are under the beautiful metta factor. Sobana, Chedasika, beautiful, right? So after seeing suffering mother in the hospital bed, you cry. It's not beautiful anymore. It's ugly, right? You have sorrow, lamentation, shaking in your mind. It's not beautiful anymore, right? So therefore, your love and kindness to your mother need to control with the equanimity. Upekha. Upekha means the quality of mindfulness, the quality of the mind, which is because of mindfulness and clear comprehension. So you're able to control your emotion. Then without emotion, without negative emotion, without sorrow, without crying, without lamentation in your mind, you know your mind is clear by that time. Then you were able to decide what to do for your mother. No? Then only that your love to your mother will be a pure love. We call it loving kindness, right? Loving kindness. So here, even though we talk about 11 benefits of developing metta, that means this metta means combination of 4. Metta, karuna, mudita, upekha, right? We have to understand in this way. Okay, any question? Okay, no question. Okay, let's call it a day. Call it a day. Yo vara damba varo manu jesu sakya muni bhagava gata kecho paragato bala vidiya samangi Tan sukatan saranatamu pemi Rakavi rakamanin jamasokan Dhamma masangata patikulan Madura mimam pakunan suipatan Dhamma mimam saranatamu pemi Yatta cha de namaha palamahu Chatusu susi supurisa yukesu Attacha pogala dhammata sate Sangami mansaranatamu pemi Satu, satu, satu. Thank you.